Hi, Della Wright. You all know what time is it in the studio. So we are talking about justice for Ochanya. Have you seen what's going on social media? The story of this young girl that died because the uncle and the her cousin, they were entering her London. They just kept entering the London anyhow and anyhow until the girl became sick. And this girl became sick until this whole thing. I think the first time we heard about this was about 4 years ago or 3 years ago, right? But right now, report has come out that that child has just died. The girl died like that, and the families are coming out to talk, and that is why you see this wall. Della Wright, it's important to be very, very careful with the people that you give your children or your child to. Be very careful. Now, the story says that at the time that this Ochanya went to live with the aunt, there was no school in their village. And so they had to send her to her aunt so she could go to school. Reaching her aunt's house at 8, the cousin of Ochanya, that's the aunt's son, okay, started entering her London. But of course, you know, an 8-year-old girl, she couldn't do anything. She couldn't say anything. Because with the way the aunt reacted recently, you could tell that the girl, stood no chance, even if she said anything. Then they said one of their other younger child caught the brother doing that to the girl and reported to the parents. And the parents scolded the boy, and that was it. When they scolded the boy, the father was there. The father saw that, yes, so there was an open gate. Free of charge inside the house, the father started entering Ochanya's London. So it was turn by turn. The father will enter, the son will enter, and that girl became so sick. The aunt took Ochanya to the hospital, and she didn't get better. And when Ochanya's sister came, Ochanya's sister decided to go see Ochanya. And when she saw Ochanya, she saw that Ochanya was not getting better. It was the sister who took Ochanya back to the mother's place. It was even in the mother's place that Ochanya told the mother what happened. So this is the video. You want to hear everything that has happened to Ochanya by yourself. And that is why I will always say, please be very careful with the people that you give your children to.
So she came and reported Victor to them, and they cautioned Victor. And they called the children, and they all prayed together, and they scolded Victor, and that was it. That it never happened again. That was what she told my mom. So my mom was like, no. She did not even say only Victor. She did not say once. She said your husband too. The husband said me. That was how my aunt stood up. She don't tie wrapper, begin the para for my mom. She started talking to my mom that, like, what gave you the mind, the audacity to come here and tell me that my husband and my son is sleeping with your daughter? I told you that this thing happened once, and you are saying that I'm lying. That was how the whole thing started. She started making issues with my mom. So my mom now said, okay. She took Ochanya and the people that went with her, they all went back to the village. So she went to the village. She said she waited the one, thinking my aunt would come to say, oh, my sister, I'm sorry. The child that you gave me, this was what happened. She said she was waiting for her. She waited for her to come and say and explain to her what really happened to Ochanya. But my aunt, she did not go. She was even angry that why would my mom even bother to ask or say that kind of a thing. So my mom now called my brother, the eldest brother in Abuja. She called him and explained everything to my brother that this is the situation. That was how the whole problem started. And that my brother, he does not like trouble. He's a very gentle and quiet human being. But when it comes to injustice, it was my brother that involved naptip. He called the police and they arrested the husband. Immediately they arrest the man. Now so the son run. He has been hiding since then. Then Ochanya was still alive when they arrested the man. And as they arrested him, before you know, those powerful men, they went and they brought him out. He was supposed to be in custody for questioning and they didn't allow any of that to take place. They went and they brought him out sharp because they had all the connection and everything they think they need. So they brought him out. All this while that they took the case to court. Ochanya and my mom, they were going from the village to Makodi, going here and there, here and there. In fact, they would have finished that case before Ochanya died, but they were dragging the issue until Ochanya died. So that was what happened. We were never aware. My mom used to visit Ochanya almost every five days. She used to visit her. But when she visits, the people, they are always around. So, and I know that she there's no way she would have even told my mom. Because that kind of thing, how do you tell? I know very well that in her mind, she knew that nobody would believe her. Because of the way my mom worships these people, the way she talks about them. So there was no way she could have summoned that courage to tell her. She didn't say it. And I believe that it was because of that counsel that I gave Ochanya that made her summon that courage to open her mouth. So if not that I took Ochanya from my aunt's place, she would have died. Nobody would have known what killed my sister. So that was how we got to know. Some people are saying that Ochanya told us that she was being abused, yet we left her there. We never knew. And the moment we knew, we took action. We were the one that brought this thing to the public. See, the amount of battle that we fought and that we are still fighting. These people are not remorseful. They don't care. They are even saying that how are we, like, what audacity for us to come outside and open our mouth to call their name. They are not sorry. They are not sorry for what they did to my sister. A whole full human being wasted. They said nobody should ask you. So that was how the battle began till Ochanya died. So that was how it started, and the issue has been ongoing till, in fact, it took them 4 years after Ochanya's death for them to conclude the case.
Now that you have heard from the horse's mouth, that this person that just spoke now happens to be the elder sister of Ochanya. The sister said that when they discovered that had happened, the mother brought people and they came to the aunt. The aunt was very angry. Why would the mother say something like that? Why would the mother expose them and all of that? And the mother showed no remorse and never came back to them. They kept going to court, that the boy in question ran away. The father is running loose right there in Makodi. Nothing has been done. And that is why you see celebrities are coming out, okay? They said even Hilda Bassi opened a GoFundMe account for this case. Senator Natasha said she would do everything that is within her power. But the problem with all of this is that I just heard this, the fact that these things happen when something has happened. We will all blame ourselves, even myself here too. I am part of them, okay? Because this thing happened like 4 years ago. How come none of us talked about it? Nobody talked about it. Ochanya was alive all these years. Nobody talked about it until we heard that she has died. And that's when everybody has something to say. They said she was so sick, they kept going to the hospital because this whole thing started when she was 8. The girl could not survive it. You heard everything that has happened. Now, let's continue to sing justice for Ochanya. Let these people be brought to book. It doesn't matter whether they are wealthy or what they are not wealthy or whatever they are. Let them be brought to book. You see that man, and you see because the wife to that man admitted that the husband only entered Ochanya's London once. Shamelessly admitted. Even in court, they say Ochanya narrated everything that happened. They swept the case under the carpet, and because of course they are poor people and all of that. Ochanya said the man kept going and going and going. Some of these women that they will die inside marriage. No matter what, you are seeing something that is so bad, you will not do something about it. Now, let us see how they will go scot-free. This whole thing, everybody, let's continue to shout, justice for Ochanya, justice for Ochanya. Everybody, justice for Ochanya, hashtag justice for Ochanya. This is the story. Della, right, let's see what you think about this. That is why I started by saying, please be very careful with the people that you give your children to.